Okay, this is day number one of our road to 3 million. Starting a little early, but that's because the stuff we are doing right now will be basically received into FBA in 2024 and selling in 2024. Our goal for 2024 is to sell 3 million on Amazon and 500,000 on Walmart, with at least hopefully $300,000 profit. But we'll see. That is about a 50% increase on Amazon, and then about tenfold increase 10 times on Walmart. Although the last couple months on Walmart, we've been selling about, I think, 15,000. So then we basically just got to triple that. So how these videos are going to go is I'm going to talk about what we did each day, and then there will be a break, basically answering questions or whatever I need to feel like I want to talk about. And then that portion of today's video will be discussing this series. And then after that, it will be the goals for tomorrow, plans for tomorrow, which then tomorrow we will see if I achieve them. This is for 12/18, so Monday, but I'll upload it Tuesday morning, Tuesday about noon, give or take. So you'll always be seeing the previous day's videos. So today, this is the time spent on work, just under 8 hours. We went sourcing. We went to 2 Walmarts today. We live in the middle of nowhere. So we traveled about an hour and a half to one. And then we spent about hour and a half, probably about 2 hours at that one. And then we traveled about 30 minutes to the next one, spent about an hour and a half there, and then traveled home. So in all, we spent about 3.5 hours traveling, and then about 3.5 hours in store, give or take maybe 15 minutes, one way or the other on both ones. This morning, when I first woke up, I spent about 30 minutes like managerial work. I had to pay the employees. We have 3 virtual employees from the Philippines. We have a virtual employee from, which I paid through those 3 through PayPal. I have a virtual employee out of Georgia, and then we also have our prep worker. Basically, I just give those 2 hours, those 2 employees work hours to our accountant, and then he pays them. And then I also spent about 18 minutes sorting product. This is the stuff, the $4,300 we spent yesterday at 2 Walmarts. I was taking all those out of the van. We did not put them in boxes yesterday, so I had to load them in boxes and tubs, move them inside the garage, inside the house for them to be prepped tomorrow. And then I put boxes into the van. So then today, when we were doing RA, we just put the stuff into the boxes, which will make it much easier tomorrow, pulling them out to prep and process and ship them out. So the details from the stores is the first store we spent $2,562 on. This is our first time going to this store. We used to go to it about once a month, give or take, 3 to 5 weeks. We would go there every 3 to 5 weeks. But we've not went in almost a year because we've gotten away from RA, as I discussed on the previous video. So we knew it was good. We could have probably spent another 500 or 1,000, but the child was ready to go, and we were just ready to go to the next store. It was crowded. Everybody was doing their Christmas shopping. We'd already been there for 2 hours. It takes about 30 minutes. Well, an hour and a half shopping and about 30 minutes to check out. When you have 2 to 3 cartfuls of stuff, it takes about 30 minutes to check out. And then the second store, we spent $1,937. We just went to this store, I think it was last week or maybe the week before. But within the last 10 days, 10 to 14 days, we've been there. and sourced, and that time we spent, I think it was like 2,500, 2,300, 2,500. You know, our average right now is like $2,200 a store, $2,300 a store, I guess. This 1937, we hit that one pretty good at the stuff that we've been buying. There was some squishmallows we could have maybe bought. And there was some other Barbie, there was some clearance stuff that we could have bought, but you can't fit many of them into a box. So we'd only be able to fit 2 or 3 in a box. You'd make the box, you'd make like $30, $40 profit per box. And so that's not really worth it. We've shipped those in before. We bought them a little cheaper, I think, and they were also selling for a little bit more. But if we were making $15 or $20 an item, we would have probably bought them. Other than that, the second store we cleaned it up pretty good. The first store, it had still quite a bit of stuff that we could have went deeper on, and we were just ready to get out of there. So that kind of describes today. Hopefully you all had a good day, a successful day. That's kind of how you just build in this business, is you just every day you work and you just grow a little bit, you gain experience, whether what sells, what doesn't sell, mistakes and stuff like that. We didn't overnight become multi-million-dollar sellers. The first year we did like 180,000. Second year we did like 760,000, 740,000, something like that. Then the third year we did 1.8. Fourth year we did 2.2. This year we will do about 2.1, just because we've not worked as much. And then, so the goal for this series is hopefully to help you all, to kind of show you what it takes. A lot of people just always like, wow, how can you go to a Walmart and spend $2,500 in 2 hours on products that average, our minimum buy cost is like 30%, maybe 25% if we make like $4 or $5 on it. Like if we spend $20 and we make $5, 25% ROI, that's okay if it's got a really good rank. But other than that, it's normally 30% or above. The stuff we've been buying, we sent in a lot last week, and it averaged like between 60 and 70% ROI. So the $4,400 that we spent today, even accounting for drop in prices, so it goes down 50%, we would hopefully, actually we won't hopefully, I mean basically what we've did in the last 4 years, our RA is always hovering between like 50 to 70% ROI after returns and stuff. So at a minimum of 50% ROI, we'll make $2,200 from today's RA. Combined with, and then add another $2,100 yesterday's RA, and that's just 2 stores each day. So it's just going in there time after time again. Like I'll source one brand, one store, and then I'll pick up the stuff that I know we've been buying. And then like the next store, I'll hit all the LOL surprise, right? And then I'll know all the profitable LOL surprise. So the next door, I'll buy all the LL surprise that I know is profitable, and then I'll scan all the Legos. And then the fourth store, then I know all the profitable Legos, all the LL surprise, and all the other stuff that we've been buying, and I'll scan something else. And you just build and build. I think at the end of last year, we had sold 18,000 different SKU ASINs over 3 years or 4 years. So that's 18,000 profitable products we've found. A lot of that is Kohl's clothes. When we did a lot of Kohl's clothes clearance Kohl's clothes in 2021. But still, we have probably found 5,000 to 10,000 profitable products from Walmart, mostly in the toys category. So anytime we go into a Walmart, just actually in this last store, actually yesterday, I found some really old Pokemon stuff that we were selling like 2 years ago at one of the stores, and I'm like, what the heck, what's this? Let's see if it's profitable. And sure enough, I pulled it up. Is you spend 30 and you make like 15 on it. So we've not bought like any of that in the last couple of weeks because we've not seen it, but that one store had it. And I knew from previous years that that one particular one is profitable. So I knew to scan it, and it's still profitable. Actually, it's even more profitable than it was before, because used to uh we'd make like 25-30% on it. But now that it's discontinued and most stores don't have it, people are still going online and buying it, so they're paying more for it. The supply and demand, right? Less supply, demand's the same. Actually, demand's still a little lower than it used to be, but the supply is so much less that we're able to get higher value for it, higher sales for it. So hopefully, just as you guys see, okay, we spent 7 hours in store, both, or 7 hours sourcing, 3.5 hours in store scanning products, right? And that's how we've did that for 4 years. And you'll see over time how much time we're spending in store. So it's always, we always get the question of, I went to a store, the problem, oh, I went to Walmart and I scanned for 3 hours. I didn't find anything. It's fake, or it's impossible. You can't sell RA. There's nothing profitable there. I spent 3 hours. We literally have, between my wife and I, we have spent thousands and thousands of hours. Let's say we used to do all RA. The first year we did GameStop. The next couple years we did a lot of Walmart. We did Kohl's in 2021. But let's say 2 years solid where we averaged 25 hours in the store. Well, actually, it's going to be my wife and I. So let's say we average 40 hours in the store times 50. So that's 2,000 hours a year. So times 2, so that would be 4,000. And that's just in 2 years. So we've probably spent between 5,000 and 8,000 hours in Walmart store over the last 5 years scanning products. Compare that to 3 hours and not find anything. Of course, right? You're not going to go in 3 hours not knowing what's profitable and spend $2,400 in 3 hours. It's just not going to happen. But when you've got that knowledge from hundreds and hundreds of hours, it will work. And it's not like you're going to spend 20 hours or 30 hours and not find anything, right? The first few hours, you might find 1 or 2 profitable products, and then you'll know those profitable products. So then you're okay. Let's say it's an LL's price. I'll use LL's price a lot because it's restricted. Nobody can sell it basically. So now you know LL's price is good. Amazon's not on it. You scan all the LL's price, and then boom, you found 3 LL's price. That's good, right? You go to the nearby Walmart, you buy those 3 LL's price. Boom. All of a sudden, you're up to 30, maybe 30 units, right? You make $5 or $10 each. Boom, there's $200 profit, right? And you just build and build like that. It just takes time. It's not an overnight get rich scheme, but it is a get rich scheme if you stick to it. And kind of going on RA right now, RA is the best it's been in years. There is so much profitable products out there. It's absolutely crazy. We have never went into Walmart and two Walmarts and averaged $2,200, especially over weeks. There for a long time, we were averaging like $600 or $800 a Walmart. And like when it was really, really kicking, like we were really, really doing good, we were maybe averaging like $1,200 or $1,400 a Walmart. Our best Walmart ever before a couple months ago was like $2,300 or $2,400. And we just spent $3,400, $3,500 in a store last Thursday. I think it was last Thursday. We spent $3,500 just in one Walmart. It's crazy the free money out there that's there if you're willing to go work for it. So That's the goal with this, helping people. I learned through YouTube. I'm hoping to help some other people through YouTube. The second part for this series is also accountability. So we've been stuck at that 2 million mark every year, and we keep working less and less and less. Our profitability keeps going less and less and less. And we are turning that around. In December, we're going to have our second most profitable month probably ever, but our highest revenue month ever. And I know we can sustain that for a couple of months for sure, right? We sustained high levels for a few years before burnout, but I'm hoping the YouTube series will hold me accountable for after a couple months to keep wanting at it, right? Every day, if I show you, okay, I worked 8 hours, I worked 7 hours, I worked 6 hours, it's the accountability to make sure I actually work. And there might be some days off. Very few far in between. I think in like 2020, 2021, I think 2021 we went on long trips. But from 2020 or 2019 when we started to beginning of 2021, like the first quarter of 2021, minus a couple months actually in 2020 where I was working 12-hour shifts at my job. But other than that, so basically that 2.5 years minus those couple months, I maybe took 5 or 10 days off. Maybe I worked through weekends and everything. So I anticipate a couple days off in 2024, but it might be 1 or 2 a month, give or take. Because I really want to achieve the 200,000-300,000 profit this year. It will set us up in a really good position to buy a house, a really good house that we'll want to stay at a long time. And then our also goal is to be able to pay off our current house as well as pay off our car, our vehicle. So that means we have no loans, no debts or anything out. Plus over $500,000 invested in the business and then 401k and stuff like that. So definitely an accountability. It is needed. And then also to help you all, I've been wanting to do YouTube videos. Now, I mean, really for a couple of years, I've kind of dabbled at it and wanted to kind of on the back burner because I know Amazon will make me more money. I mean, right, if I spend an hour on YouTube video, it's not going to make me much. If anything, if I spend an hour reselling, boom, I'll get $50, $100 easy. So we'll see. We'll go for a couple months, see how it goes. But definitely the whole year, we will definitely be pushing reselling. And then tomorrow's goals. So tomorrow's, we have our prep helper coming. She is going to help us ship out Walmart. We do everything in large tubs. I don't even know how big they are, like 35 gallons or 40-gallon tubs, maybe. 40-gallon tubs. Let's see here. Yeah. So like 35, 40-gallon tubs. We have, I think, 4 or 5 of those that need to go to WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, which is like FBA basically. You ship it all in boxes, send it in, and then they'll ship it to the customers. That should take us an hour or 2 maybe, because it's super easy. It's already got listed. We had a virtual employee make the listings today, actually Monday. So now tomorrow, all we got to do is just basically tell Walmart what we're sending and box it up and ship it to them. FedEx will pick it up the next day. And then we will also, after that is done, we've still got 5, 6 hours. And then we will work on the RA stuff. I don't know 100% if we'll get it all done, but we should get it all done. Maybe not boxed, but it should all be processed. And then tomorrow night, if it's not boxed, my wife and I might box it just real quick. It'll only take an hour or two to box the 500, 1,000 units. Because I'm not sure if we're going to have Pam Friday or not. And we've still got quite a bit of inventory we need to send out before Christmas. So we have a really strong January. So we should be in the strongest position ever going into a new year. Definitely, because normally we're running out of inventory at this point in time. And then about the 18th, 20th is when we're done for the year. Typically in the past, and we're just out of inventory and it's the year basically. And then January, we got to start buying a bunch of inventory and then trying to ship it in. And this year we are pretty much capped on inventory. In fact, we're using inventory for the payment that we just got paid yesterday that will hit the bank probably tomorrow. So we are actually ahead of spending. So that we got the $35,000 safety net that we never spend, but we probably are at like 27 or 30,000 in there counting the credit cards after paying off the credit cards, like if I were to pay them off right now. But that's because we're getting ready to get paid 35,000, I think. Yeah, 35,000. We just got paid 35,000 yesterday from Amazon. So 35 plus like 27 or so, that will get us at 60. So we're needing to spend 25,000. So we're already working on that 25,000, which would be actually next week's spending. But next week is Christmas, so we are not spending. So we are doing what we need to do actually. But all to say that normally we've got like $100,000 in the bank right now need to be spent on COGS, and we're just done for the year. Where this year we're actually like advanced a week, or going into the next week, which is amazing. We definitely need to keep that up into next year. If we do that next year, economy stays strong, we'll have our best year of on Amazon that we've ever had. And that's the plan. Other than that, I hope you guys had a good, successful day. If you did anything or have any questions or want to share what you did today for accountability purposes, share it down below. I'd love to have other people in this journey with us. This is day one of starting basically 2024, getting a pre-start on it. So here goes a strong 2024. Have a good day.